Fisher Spassky, 4th game.
7th game.
I don't know what masochistic impulse ever prompted me to teach you chess. Oh, come in, Dustin. Thank you. Now, if I recall that 7th game correctly, Fisher was saved by a pawn.
Father? What is it?
I've always wondered when it would happen. Now it has. Vincent, I've never lied to you. The things I've taught you about the world above, so much was to protect you. And it was also to help me to forget. Forget a world I once loved.
I've always sensed that.
I have kept certain things from you about my life before.
Father, what are you trying to tell me?
I have to return. I have to go above.
When will you go?
As soon as I prepare myself. I'll be back this evening. When I return, we'll talk.
Father, you...
Please, Vincent, don't ask me anything more.
Still no answer, huh?
You can't expect after all this time. The ad's run for 7 days now. Do I have your permission to cancel this nonsense?
No.
Margaret.
Listen to me. A day hasn't passed, and I haven't thought about him. About seeing him again. Especially now.
He dropped off the face of the earth 35 years ago. We're not even sure.
I know he's alive.
This is difficult for me, Margaret. I'm worried about you, as your lawyer and as your friend. First this, and now these new provisions you made for your will. Your judgment.
Oh, please, Alan, not now. Henry's due here any minute.
That's who I'm worried about.
We've been through all this before. He's a sweet man. He's good to me. Not to mention what he's done for others. You shouldn't worry.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Will you excuse us, please?
Oh, Henry, come on in. You're not interrupting anything.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Don't go.
Goodbye, Margaret.
Bye.
Well,
Wish you and Alan would get along together better.
Margaret, I try. I really do.
I know you do. A beautiful Henry.
Oh, thank you. So how you feeling?
Better.
Yeah?
Much better.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know how I'd manage without you.
You're not going to have to. First thing in the morning, I'm taking you home. You see, people want to believe they're doing what's right. I simply assure them that they are. Is there anything wrong with that?
Nothing?
Yet here I am defending myself.
You made the appointment.
Yes, and you agreed to see me. What was it, just curiosity?
Something like that.
You're a hard man to draw out, Alan. Let me help you. You're worried. 6 months ago, Margaret's diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. She has an enormous estate and not a single living relation. Simply put, you question the coincidence of my arrival on the scene. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. We're a charity. I mean, who better to solicit? Wealthy people want to be remembered for their good works. I'm sure Margaret had other offers. She happens to have chosen us.
She chose you, Dutton. That's what I'm worried about.
Whoa. So you can be direct.
Direct enough to advise Margaret against the trust she's established.
Why?
I commissioned someone to look into your fiscal affairs a couple of weeks ago. He called yesterday from the Cayman Islands. For Margaret's sake, I'm willing to keep what he's found quiet. But only if you disassociate yourself from her completely.
You're an old man, Alan. You don't want to lock horns with me.
Get a shot, Harry. Can we have a question? What do you make of the committee's findings?
I said all I wanted to say at the hearing. I have nothing further to add.
Sir, get one more shot, Harry. Quick.
Alan. Alan?
Away from the desk. Now! Larry, we got a man down. Radio and ambulance.
Look, I'm a doctor. He was already...
Shut up!
Ambulance to law offices of Ellen Taft, 4300 building on Park. We have a 10:15. Do you copy over?
We copy Unit 2. Man down. Ambulance and paramedics dispatched. dispatched to 4300 building, Park. Backup's not requested. A 1015 has been filed.
You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law.
Vincent.
I'm sorry to wake you, Catherine.
Something's wrong.
It's Father.
What's happened?
He went above today for the first time I can remember. He should have been back hours ago. He's somewhere in this city. I need your help, Catherine.
Of course I'll help.
I should never have let him go alone.
Where was he going?
It had something to do with his life before.
When he lived above? What has he told you about his life then?
Only that it was another life, lived by another person. And that the memory of it was best forgotten. I know he was a doctor.
Do you know his full name?
I've always called him Father.
Guy still won't give his name, huh?
Nada. But check out the stuff we got from his pockets. Silver certificates. They've been out of circulation for now, what, 20, 30 years? Yeah. Pair of ticket stubs from a Dodgers-Giants game.
Brooklyn, New York, Ebbets Field, 1952.
Twilight Zone, huh?
What?
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
What do I think? What I always think. Why me?
Yeah.
Why did you kill Alan Taft?
I didn't kill Alan Taft. When I found him, he was already dead.
I see. So you know him?
I knew him.
What were you doing in his office? You were looking for something, right? The place was torn apart. Maybe this will help you remember. It's got Taft's address. We found it in your pocket. The wreck of my memories. What does it mean? Maybe you start by telling us your name. What do you say?
Hey, mister, who the hell are you?
Will you answer the question, please? Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
No, I have not.
What is your occupation?
I'm a research physician. I was employed at the Chittenden Institute until some months ago.
It is this committee's understanding that your security clearance was denied for subversive activities.
I am a doctor. I was trying to save lives.
Please confine your answers to the questions asked.
Why is it that no one wants to hear that the Atomic Energy Commission has grossly miscalculated radiation doses? Now, this is not communist-inspired propaganda. It is a medical fact, the result of intensive research. My God, in Nevada, they are exploding nuclear devices in front of our own troops. Now, I can say...
You will limit your testimony, sir, to the committee's agenda. And speech-making is not on that agenda.
It's a waste of time, Rennie, I'm telling you.
Here's something. In June of 1951, the Chittenden Research Institute was given a grant by the Defense Department to conduct studies on the effects of nuclear fallout. There's something else. In November of that year, here it is. One of the research doctors claimed that the Chittenden Institute was misrepresenting his findings. My God, it's him. There's a photo. He was forced to retire when he called for the abolition of atomic weapons, a halt of research. His name was Dr. Jacob Wells.
Jacob.
There's more. Give me a second. He was blacklisted. The Un-American Activities Committee.
I've read about that time. I also found this in his dresser, behind a photograph. wedding photograph.
And you haven't opened it.
I couldn't.
Vincent, if we have any hope of finding him, we need to learn everything we can about his life.
I know.
Dear Jacob, I am writing you from Paris, where my father has sent me. Spring has arrived early here, the time for lovers, and it's as if the season mocks my sadness.
But I'm beginning to understand that loss is sometimes necessary. I know of no gentle way to tell you that my father has annulled our marriage. And I'd be lying to you if I said that I'd fought him. Can't even blame him. Forgive me, Jacob. Because I know you're innocent, and still I don't have the strength to stand by you. But you are strong, and you will rebound. Of that I'm positive. Please don't hate me. We knew each other so short a time. All I can say seems useless. And still I cling to the wreck of my memories before they sink forever. Goodbye, Jacob. I'll love you always. Margaret.
Margaret's father.
Classic robber baron. Do you know he helped finance both sides of the Spanish-American War? He went through the Depression untouched. It's all past history, right?
Possibly.
Possibly. Listen, I'm awfully sorry Margaret wasn't up to it. Maybe tomorrow?
Tomorrow's fine. Just tell me when.
Oh, I wish I could. I can't. I mean, her condition doesn't allow me to be that specific. Listen, why don't I help you? Whatever it is, I can help you with it.
I'm sorry. It's private.
I thought you said you were from the district attorney's office.
I am. It's still private. My service number is on the card, so you can reach me tomorrow whenever Miss Chase feels up to it.
Well, of course.
Thank you.
Miss Chandler, are you always so mysterious?
Occupational hazard, I guess. Thank you for the coffee.
Miss Chase is awake. She's asking for you again.
I'll see her in a moment. Connor. The woman who was just here.
Sir?
Satisfy my curiosity, would you? Find out what she wants. Good man. Margaret?
I feel as if I've been sleeping for half a century. I think a walk in the park would do me good. See a little real green and smell some fresh air.
You need your rest, Margaret.
What time is it?
It's time for your medication.
Oh, damn. Damn those things.
Now you should be grateful for those things.
I hate painkillers. A little pain is good for the soul.
Come on now. I've got a meeting with the planning commission. It started 5 minutes ago.
Please, Henry, I'd rather not.
Come on. Come on, Margaret. You take your medicine now. Doctor's orders. Bad girl. There you are.
I wonder why Alan hasn't called.
Oh, well. You know Alan.
It's just it. I do know Alan.
No, he definitely has a beard. Okay. Thank you.
Headache at 9 a.m.? Not a good sign.
Keep eating those and my headache is gonna move into my stomach. What are those?
Chocolate cheese nuggets.
For breakfast?
Want some?
No, thank you.
So what are you working on?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's good. Because you're 15 minutes late for the Bartoli deposition.
Great. See you later, Joe.
Have a nice day.
Mr. Bartoli, come with me. I'll take your statement now. Leave us alone, please. Are you all right? Can I get you anything?
No. Please stay out of it. You must. Anything you do to draw attention to me can only...
You are being charged with murder.
You must tell me everything that happened. Don't you know by now that you can trust me?
It's not that. I may be a stranger to your world, but I'm no stranger to the betrayals of your judicial system.
I am the only one who can help you.
If you really want to help me, please, go away.
I can't do that. Jacob. I know who you were. What you went through.
What about Vincent?
He knows.
I didn't want to keep things hidden from him. I wanted to forget. Does he understand it?
Yes. You have nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm not ashamed.
Was it Margaret who sent for you?
Margaret? Have you seen her?
I tried. She's too ill to have visitors.
Is she in hospital?
No. She's at home.
She sent me a message. The wreck of my memories.
Did her message to you mean that she was in trouble?
I don't know. I took it to mean that She wanted to see me again.
And who was Alan Taft?
A friend. He defended me during the witch hunts. Put his own reputation on the line.
Was he Margaret's lawyer?
He was a family lawyer.
Do you know a man named Henry Dutton?
Why?
I don't know. Well, what else can you tell me about Margaret? Anything that would help me piece this together.
I don't know. She was so young when I knew her. And so beautiful.
He's all right.
You never had any intention of building that shelter.
Oh, in the beginning, maybe.
And instead, you funneled everything into your private account.
Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life so close to so much wealth? To find a cause, to rally the support, and never see a dime? I got tired of doing unto others.
Even though you had to kill for it?
Especially because I had to kill for it.
And now what?
I wish I had a choice, Miss Chandler. I really do.
Hold on, Catherine.
Well, goodbye.
Catherine, you've been more than a good friend to me. I know what you've risked, and believe me, I am grateful. Goodbye.
Father, I just want you to know I would never hurt him. I love him.
I know. I also know it can only bring him unhappiness.
Why do you say that?
Because part of him is a man.
I'm so glad you're safe.
It's good to be home. Where is she?
Over here, Jacob.
Jacob. Oh, Jacob.
You're too beautiful. I can't believe you're here.
No words. Just hold me. Hold me.
Margaret?
I'm all right, Jacob. Really.
Here, sit down. You know, we've done too much.
No. I just need to rest a bit. You've made a remarkable world here, Jacob. I've never felt so at peace.
And all these years, I've dreamed only of showing it to you.
If only I hadn't been such a fool.
No, don't, Margaret, please.
No, I have to say it. I've been meaning to all along. Now suddenly I don't know how to begin. I'm dying, Jacob. Sometimes it seems so damned unfair. Something in my body's turned against me. And then I remember what happened to you. And what I did. And I get the same feeling all over again. Like somehow I'm being punished.
Don't, Margaret.
Well, I know it's absurd, but I can't help thinking it.
Margaret, all is forgiven. I let go of all that anger years ago. Oh, yes, there was a time when I gorged myself on bitterness and self-pity. But then I came to know someone who had every reason to curse fate, to feel punished. And yet he accepted all that life had to offer with gratitude and love.
Vincent. We must do that too.
Margaret said, the last 7 days.
There were also bruises on her back. For God's sake, Joe, they've been married 12 years.
All right. I'll have an arrest warrant out for Alberti before he can put down another six-pack, all right? Hey, stick around.
I have a deposition.
There's something we need to talk about. Just came in this morning.
Providence, Rhode Island?
The DA up there is a good friend of Marino's. He's been looking for someone outside his office to head his domestic violence bureau. Go ahead, open it.
I don't understand.
Well, what's not to understand? You've got an impressive record. Marino's word is like gold with the guy. He wants you. In Providence, a week from yesterday.
I'm very flattered, but this is very sudden, isn't it?
Well, yeah, like everything else in life. But we're not just talking about a promotion here. We're talking about a quantum leap in your career. Go ahead, read the job profile. You'd be coordinating everything from counseling services to court appearances. That's right up your alley, kiddo.
Joe.
Not to mention a 50% salary hike minimum, which I know to you isn't exactly a top priority, but it would certainly make me smile. Look, nobody knows better than me how good you've been for this office. But let's be honest. Here, you're just another foot soldier. Anonymous and underpaid.
I'll need some time.
Fine. Only Marino needs to know by tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Kathy, look. You don't say no to this kind of job because it doesn't come up again. Not like this. And if it does, it won't be for a long time.
Well, if you ask me, We should be celebrating at 21 over Dom Perignon, as opposed to having this great debate over a couple of Diet Pepsis.
I don't know, Edie. It's just more complicated.
It is.
Leaving my father's firm was easy, you know? I felt it. This is different.
You made your list yet?
What list?
You know, your list, where you take the issue, you write out the pros and cons. A little trick my therapist taught me.
Does it work?
For $75 an hour, it better work. Okay, we know it's the right career move. So we must consider the emotional / romantic side of things.
What are those?
Well, let's face it, for 8 million people, New York is a hell of a lonely place. Who knows? Maybe a new city would be good for you. Give you a chance to meet somebody worthwhile.
Maybe.
Okay, I know what to do. We chill a couple of days until the right decision comes to you.
Marino needs an answer by tomorrow.
Nice of him to let you sleep on it. This is a hard one, huh? If you want, I know this astrologer. Have you ever heard of Madame Sharonova?
I don't think so, Edie. If I do decide to go, I'm gonna miss you.
I know. Who else you gonna get to do all your work?
This is the best shot. Extraordinary, isn't it?
You have something more? You can't seriously expect me to go to the provost with this, Edward. A research team? Funding? For what? Our own Loch Ness monster? I'd be laughed out of the office.
I'm not asking for a grant.
I know you're not.
I'm asking for a week, maybe 2. In our own backyard.
I'm sorry, Edward.
But you saw the evidence.
A 4-second video clip and some inconclusive enlargements?
I was there, Leland. I saw the creature. I looked into his eyes.
You're wasting your time, imagining things.
At least I'm not blind to them. Forgive me, I didn't mean that.
You're here largely because this university has chosen to humor you.
This university owes me something.
We owe you nothing. You haven't published in God knows how long. You're still full of self-pity because someone else received the credit for your work 15 years ago.
Stole the credit.
Well, I'm sorry, Edward, but it's ancient history.
You look like an angel standing there.
I wanted to see you. I have a decision to make. And I need your help. I've been offered another job, Vincent. A much better job. With more responsibility. A chance to use my training. And to help people more than I'm able to now. But it would mean leaving New York.
Where would you go?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Providence is when something is meant to be.
I don't know what's meant to be. Vincent, I care about you so deeply. But a part of me is unhappy. And we both know why.
Well, then you don't have any choice.
But I do. That's why I'm here.
You didn't come this far, Catherine, to turn back now.
I came this far because of you. I don't want to leave you behind.
Beyond these tunnels, beyond this city, is a world of possibilities and wonders and things calling out to be done. These things I could only dream about until you came into my life. Catherine, don't you understand? You must go. You must see, you must do everything you were meant to do. For me, for both of us. And then I can truly be with you. Always.
There's no other way.
No. Not for us.
Men. Oh, you look terrific.
You look pretty good yourself.
The Alberti case, believe it or not. The guy's got a pair of pit bulls for attorneys. But we'll beat him.
We were a pretty good team, weren't we?
Going to Providence, Joe.
What?
I don't know, I guess I was kind of half hoping you'd go the other way.
Yesterday you said...
Yeah, I know what I said yesterday. I even meant it. I'm not too crazy about losing you.
Thanks, Joe. For everything.
You made the right call, Radcliffe. I'm gonna miss you.
Vincent, the pain you feel now will lessen in time and finally pass. That I promise.
So the best I can hope for is to forget her. Forget everything. Mine was another life before Catherine. I'm changed. Forever.
All right. Then accept the change. Learn from it. But you must let the woman follow her own path. Vincent, for your sake.
Those are just words, Father. Shadows of feelings. They offer no consolation.
Vincent?
I'm in.
Professor Hughes.
Yes?
My name's Jonathan Gould. I'm a grad student. I'm in your section this semester.
Yes, how can I help you?
You may have that backward. I was here yesterday, in your office, dropping off a paper. Leland Quint is a fool. Do you mind if I sit?
So, what is your interest in this matter exactly?
The truth. I'm only interested in finding out the truth.
Truth is an abstraction.
Yes, but that creature is no abstraction. It's real, isn't it?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Mr. Gould. I once felt that way myself, believe me. Probably before you were born. But I think it would be wise to forget it.
I can't do that. Think of what you saw. You know, what it would mean.
I've already jeopardized what little is left of my career. Take my advice, you're young. Don't make the same mistakes I did.
I guess I'm wasting my time.
You don't understand.
There's no support, no funding.
With all due respect, Professor Hughes, I do understand. That's why I'm here.
Kill the lights.
is for Catherine.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. Vincent.
Your message said it was urgent.
Vincent is missing. He's been gone since the night before last.
But I saw him that night.
I know.
Is there somewhere he might have gone?
No, he would never cause me such undue worry. We've searched everywhere. He's nowhere below. Vincent was not himself after he spoke with you.
About my going away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only doing what we both thought best.
Once I thought I knew the answer. No longer. We must find Vincent. Quickly.
What can we do?
Our friends above are searching the city. Beyond that, I don't know.
Why did you come to tell me?
Because I know you care.
Tranquilizer seems to be wearing off. Heartbeat still constant.
21 beats a minute.
Remarkable. His lungs are just as powerful. The blood is so highly oxygenated. He's a miracle. Like nothing I even dreamed of. Jonathan, we saw him running. Complete bipedal locomotion. They can only suggest one thing.
Human? You think he's human?
He's clothed. He stood upright. What other conclusion could you draw?
Large lower canine teeth, exaggerated musculature, extensive facial and body hair. An animal.
With anthropomorphic features.
Even if you're right, we'd have to do a complete cellular analysis to determine his DNA code. And we don't have that kind of equipment here.
We don't need it. Yet. We run all the preliminary tests first and compile a body of knowledge.
Why wait? Why not issue a public statement right now? Tomorrow, we could have the entire scientific community at our feet.
I can't risk it.
What's at risk?
Jonathan, don't you see? It could happen again. They could take him away. They'd steal my work. The benefit of my research. Like they did before.
He's ours, Professor. And we will decide what to do with him. Remember that.
Catherine.
I'm telling you, he spoke. The name of a woman, Catherine.
It's probably mimicry. He heard the name somewhere and learned to reproduce it.
But the cortical areas of his brain are developed enough for language.
If what you're saying is true, why doesn't he speak now and explain himself?
He's disoriented.
And dangerous. Who knows the extent of his strength?
Don't.
We have to keep him sedated.
He has intelligence, Jonathan.
You're romanticizing him. We don't know that.
I'm telling you, he's not what you think.
Oh, what? You think he fell from the sky?
Jonathan!
Intelligent, all right.
Change your mind?
More like second thoughts.
I just thought I'd come by on my way to work, find out for myself what's what, so I don't have to rely on nasty rumors.
Well, I'm still here.
I noticed.
You want some coffee? I just made a fresh pot.
Yeah, long as it's the real thing. That decaf makes me nervous. So, who's this Vincent?
A friend.
Does this friend have anything to do with these second thoughts you're having?
Sort of.
You want to talk about it?
Not especially.
Now, don't give me a hard time about that. I only read that to keep up with the soaps for my aunt. She's deaf.
Possibly be that naive, Professor.
What do you mean?
When the research is completed and the article's published, what do you think happens then?
I won't allow it.
There won't be any choice.
When you first introduced yourself to me, you said you were only interested in the truth.
Yes.
Well, there it is. Why do you insist on perverting and degrading it?
The truth isn't meant to be hoarded like a secret.
Nor is it meant to be twisted and exploited. Yes, the creature is extraordinary and should be shared, but only when we know what we're dealing with first.
I'll tell you what we're dealing with. A freak of nature. A genetic accident. You saw what he was capable of.
He was provoked.
You really believe this thing has a conscience, don't you? Well, for his sake, I hope you're wrong. For his sake, I hope he's an imbecile. Because, like it or not, the world's about to make a circus act out of him.
Where are you going?
You and I made a deal, Professor. Now it's time to see it through.
Please?
Out of my way, Hughes.
I won't let you do this.
Well? And that's the bloody doorman. course he'll tell you. For $2,000, he damn well better tell you.
Excuse me, are you Byron Trask?
Yes, I am.
I'm Catherine Chandler with the District Attorney's Office.
See my editor or my lawyer, but leave me alone. I'm busy.
Wait a minute. You don't understand. I'm not here for that.
What about it?
Did it happen?
It's there in black and white, isn't it? Miss Chandler, we may not be the New York Times, but we are a newspaper. Did you know that this morning at the Bronx Zoo, an orangutan saved his keeper from choking on a bagel by applying the Heimlich maneuver? Now, where do you think an orangutan learned the Heimlich maneuver? Television. It's the truth. It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Did you believe this woman? This Anna Lausch that you mentioned?
It's my job to believe her.
Did you believe her?
I've come to know the old woman quite well. She's what you might call a voyeur, but she's not a liar.
I need to talk to her.
Better than the movies. You would be surprised the things you see if you sit here long enough. Winnie knows, don't you, Winnie? With this, I can see all over the park, many different people. I look down on all of them. Here, try for yourself.
No, thank you.
Go on. Did you know I once saw Greta Garbo? She was walking...
Mrs. Lausch, I need to know what you saw that night.
The night? I watched the night, too. When the noises hush like children. And on come the street lamps. And the people of the dark.
Mrs. Lausch, try to remember. What did you see?
2 men were running. And a truck was following. With a bright light. Fast. And they go down by the tunnel. And the man turns. And I see his face. A terrible animal face. With such pain. And then the other man in the truck, he comes. And he...
He what?
Shoots at him.
Shoots at him. Could you show me where?
There.
Thank you.
You will come back to see us, won't you?
to me? Please. I know you can. I heard you. You've got to let me help you.
Then release me.
So you can't speak. And you can understand what I say.
Yes.
Why did you keep silent in front of Gould?
The other man means me harm. No words could change that.
I never meant you harm. You must believe that. Do you have a name?
Vincent.
Vincent. My name is Hughes. I have so many questions. You spoke the name Catherine. Who is Catherine?
She's everything. But she lives. Only in my heart.
Is she like you? Another of your kind?
There is only me.
Vincent. What are you?
I am only what I am. If you cut me, I will bleed. If you strike me, I will strike back. And if you keep me in chains, I will die. Look at me.
I don't know what to do.